Okay, let's change the mode for a second. Ooh. Oh, that's different! Oh my god! Woo. En dan is hij aan. Yo guys, what is going on? Today I'm riding the Zero DSR 2017 model. It's the first time I'm riding an electric motorcycle. Oh, it's so weird. This is a totally different experience. I've always wanted to ride a Zero, and today is the day to ride this DSR. It's sort of an off-road model. I think the tires on this model look pretty awesome. And from the Zero models, I think this one, to my opinion, looks the best. And let's first get a feel with how this thing handles in corners. Ah, man. Woo! This is crazy. No sound. I'm riding currently in eco mode, as you can see right here. I think I need to change to the other riding mode to be able to really experience the torquiness of this electric engine. Okay, let's change the mode for a second to sport, and let's see how this thing goes after changing. Ooh. Oh, that's different! Oh my god! Woo. That makes the world of difference. Changing to sport mode. Holy shit! It comes alive. That's dangerous. Oh, I'm going to play with that again. This is awesome. This changed the rules of the game big time. Woo. Everything that normally tells you that there's power underneath you is not here. So there's no sound, there's no engine, there's not really anything. Instead of a big ass battery delivering a punch of power. Woo. Okay, I feel something in my stomach. It's excitement for sure. The fact that you don't have a clutch in your left hand, it's strange. There's less to play with, but I must say that it feels a little bit heavy when cornering, but it doesn't feel bad at all. It behaves very differently from motorcycles that do have an engine instead of a battery. But it does feel good. It's easier to be in control of this motorcycle than any other motorcycle I've ever ridden, I think. Yeah, sorry, they don't hear me coming. That's the second issue. They don't hear me coming. People on bicycles just expect people not to hear and not to see you. It's the best advice. It feels heavier when taking corners. I'm going to try out more corners. Really curious about how it handles in them, and it's very different because every basic thing of motorcycles is different on an electric motorcycle. Holy moly! That's fast. No sound, but fast. Fast for sure. And you need to take a little bit more time while taking corners. It needs some preparation. I think it's quite heavy. I think this motorcycle, it's about 190 kilos. Most of that weight is in the center of this motorcycle, in the core and the battery, and it makes it that it's a little bit more heavy to steer, and it doesn't feel that nimble. I've never ridden a Tesla. I always wanted to ride one to experience the power of an electric engine on the wheels, and today is the day that I do experience that, and it's awesome on two wheels, man. Holy. and I expected it to brake more on the engine without touching the brakes. But if you release the throttle, it pretty much pushes forward. It's very easy to get used to the torquiness of this. When you first hop on it, and you switch to sport mode, you don't really expect it to be that fast. After riding this for a couple of minutes, and you start to feel more confident, and it's really fun to ride, man. The only thing is that the battery life in front, it gives you the same feeling as a counting down battery life of your phone. I can hardly handle the battery life stress from my iPhone, let alone a motorcycle that needs to take you home. When it's empty, you're fucked. One thing that I do notice is if you enter corners that are quite sharp, you are not really aware of the speed. And normally the amount of noise you hear and the engine that's running and the gear that you're in, all these signs are telling you in which speed you need to enter a corner in. And not having these signs feels strange. It's very easy to enter a corner with way too much speed because there's simply no sound or no signs telling you. So that's something you need to learn as fast as possible if you're about to purchase one of these. Oh man, this is awesome. It's amazing how simple it is to be riding a motorcycle, but it's not easy to control. It's just this one thing in your right hand and a brake, that's it. Nothing more to it. I think the difference between sport mode and eco mode is so big that I really don't think that anyone wants to ride eco mode other than a battery that's almost dead and you really need to change to eco. Everything that makes riding fun is packed behind that sport mode. Riding eco mode is pretty much, it's boring. Let's switch back. Pulling the throttle. Oh, that's all. That's all there is. It might not even be enough to pass a car if needed. Okay, for me it's time to return this thing. This has been a great experience. I can't say anything else. A weird, very weird but crazy experience. A lot of fun. I didn't expect it to be that much fun. There is much more torque than you would ever expect, and it really surprises you when you first switch to sport mode that this thing can be so damn fast. So thank you Motorport for letting me ride this model. It's really awesome to ride, but it can be a little bit boring because the typical motorcycle things are simply not there, which has a lot to do with power shifting and everything like that. So fun to ride, great experience. Definitely is a toy to mess around with. It wouldn't really fit riding longer trips because you would really have issues with the mileage you get with this engine. But I must say Zero did a very good job on the appearance of this thing. I think it looks badass. Hopefully you guys like that I shared my my electric motorcycle experience with you, and see you later. Ciao. Awesome. Yeah, baby.